Hello everybody and welcome back on iKeysRacing. First of all, I must apologize with all of you, sorry, for a long month without new videos. But sometimes life can be like the car broken in the pit lane that you can see, and unluckily I didn't have the best period of my life, but hopefully everything will be maybe a bit better now, and we are here to restart together with our community, our videos, our races, our stories and so on. Today, venue Spa-Francorchamps, the version 2013, total sponsored overall, that welcomed the WEC since 2012, if I'm not wrong, to do our episode number 7. So we are approaching at least almost the half of the season, and for the end of the 2023 I will try to condense and publish much more frequently our content, but especially this one was absolutely holding in my heart and in my thinking a lot of waiting and a lot of guiltiness for giving you finally a possible video about this theme, this category, for the simple reason that you have chosen the car we are going to race today. It was a GT class, sorry my control of the camera is not the best. You had to choose between Dodge Viper, Chrysler Viper, a Chevrolet Corvette, and as you can see on the screen, and an Aston Martin, sorry, and as you can see on the screen, your votes decided to race a Chevrolet Corvette. In particular, this Chevrolet Corvette will be a privateer, the Larbrecompetition, that back in 2015 was included in the WEC season 2015. So, thank you for your votes, absolutely loved your participation, also with a month of silence by my side, but thank you very much anyway, arigato, for doing everything you could. Muchas gracias to our Spanish viewers, obrigado to our Brazilian and Portuguese viewers, and also muchas gracias for all the South American countries where your votes and your views I see from analytics are coming from. Dankeschön for our German friends, merci beaucoup to our French friends, grazie to our Italian petrolhead followers, and also spasiba to our Russian friends that are there in the analytics that I do not mention, I'm sorry, very often as I should. And what else? And thank you in the universal beautiful language that English is. So I don't want to lose more time with my chatting. Let's go to the pit. We will do an experiment today, having a Chevrolet Corvette C7R version, so the daughter of this one that is a C6R. We will face the last model of Corvette having a front mid-engine mounted, a rear wheel drive, and the particularity will be that the majority of the weight, as usual in racing cars, will be not included between the rear axle and the center of the car, but this time we will have a sort of old school technique included between the rear axle and the center of the car, but we will have this time a sort of old school technology with a weight for the majority staying in this part of the car and just a rear axle pushing the car forward. So the thing I want to discover with you with the experiment will be use a complete stiff front end and a complete soft rear end and see what happens with the transfer of the weight, but also a complete stiff rear end and a complete soft front end to possibly understand which will be the best scenario for this car that has anyway a particular distribution of weight. So compared to a traditional racing car, especially prototype, will be quite, I think, a challenge to fine-tune, but we will see with a fair double tentative, double set of laps, what will come from this beast. Not this one in particular, but the original Corvette concept we all know. Before the arrival of the C8 are currently participating in the WEC and in the IMSA WeatherTech Championship. And what else? We will discover what also my low level of skills will how will cope and will face this challenge, that anyway I wish to you all. You can download WEC 2015 mod, and not only, freely from the web, and so you can be, let's say, free to test it. And it's nice, I think, especially for me, coming back to even turning on my computer after 1 month of absence, just to understand when you put yourself in the condition to go back to do something with a steering wheel and a set of pedals, to see if I will be still capable to do something good today. I do not have hopes for a win in class or an overall special, let's say, classification at the end, unless anything dramatic happens to the rest of the field. What I aim to do today is, with a privateer Corvette, try at least to beat the Corvette official racing team with the same car. Plus, I must say, Corvette back in 2015 was almost at the end of what was the concept for a mid-front engine mounted and a rear-wheel drive. So before switching to the new model that has become, let's say, more similar to Ferraris or Porsches, will be, I think, nice and particular to test personally with you this old concept that at a certain point, after maybe 50 years of existence for Corvette as a technological concept, finally a change of direction for the good, given that Corvette has won the WEC this year in the GT category, and also it's the last chapter of an era. We will do it together. So let's go on track. So welcome back in the pit, eyeglasses mounted. Let's go to the garage to load a first compromise car setup that I was not anyway happy with, but we will start with 30 laps of fuel. This setup also for for powering and coasting differential, given that the majority of the weight is at the front, so we need to make the car turn as much as possible easily. What I want to do is, number one, use a complete stiff front end and a complete soft rear end. So I am going to load everything stiff at the front. Anti-roll bars, bumpers, rebounders, springs, fine and complete softness at the rear. The target time will be 2 minutes 25 seconds. That is my average performance with the car setup you have seen. I will use also a soft compound and maybe for the race a medium compound, but we will see once we will be on track. The car is more than beautiful, absolutely. We will see her on track in a couple of seconds. So let's go with an auto clutch and very well set up, at least for front wings and rear front splitter, rear wing hits from the ground and so on. Let's see what we give from a performance point of view. Okay, let's follow the official Porsche 911, if I remember correctly the model. So far a bit of understeer, understandable, given the majority of the weight at the front. I didn't want to try flat out, the next lap will be flat out. In the meantime, let's qualify the beast. Maybe a lack of top speed. Understeer. Time lost. A lot. Okay, the target was 25, I did 28. Let's try a second tentative just in case I will be more in tune with the frequencies of the car. So far the feeling is if you exaggerate with the speed while entering corners, you fall into understeer with the front end, so you have to wait, decelerate a bit, and then hope to hammer the throttle to the floor. And try to make the rear end slide to close the corner. 3/10 quicker than before, not a lot. A bit of pauses between braking and acceleration, not immediate like with a prototype. Don't touch the curbs. LMP2 passing much quicker. You have seen I had 3/10 of advantage. Now I'm down 2/10, 3/10 almost. Ooh, sorry. So lost half a second between T1 and T2, understeering again. One second, almost two lost. Okay, we go to the pit. We do the vice versa. So completely soft at the front, completely stiff at the rear. We maybe go down with the wing with 2 notches, and we do the vice versa. I'm curious to see what will happen. Maybe now the car will slide too much, maybe it will be too oversteering, or maybe not, we will see. Okay, so front end completely soft, rear end completely stiff, as well as for the anti-roll bars. Let's go. So far, the GTR2 engine credible with a 2 oversteering car. Let's see what happens this way. We had cold tires, obviously, but I would say again, okay, more neutral. Also with cold tires, so with hot tires will be technically the same attitude, just with more grip, even if it's always a good practice to do 2 or 3 laps about let me say allowing the car to give you a fair feedback. Maybe I can bring also to the front a bit the brake bias. Okay, now the last corner, quick corner. It's far more controllable from a high speed point of view, so maybe the wing balance between the splitter and the rear wing is okay. Drop of frame rate. Tenth and half of advantage. So we were not really badly combined in the T1, sector 1. Still the effect, the feedback to weight the front end to get grip. Very sensible on curbs. $0.71 of advantage. Far from the ideal line. Let's see here. Understeering anyway, a bit less maybe than before. A bit nervous with the rear end. Okay, best personal. Let's try another lap, just in case I have more in my hands. The handling. understeering. And the rear end goes away. So in my opinion is too rigid, too stiff, the rear end compared to the front. Also a bit of brake bias to the front. We can brake into the corners like with a Formula car. A bit I mean, not as a Formula car. Similarly to a Formula car. Okay, I lift, honest behavior. Drop of frame rate, why? It's time to change a computer, is it time? Much better, despite lifting between Eau Rouge and Lyon, camel straight with top speed of 260. Less upset by curbs. Despite this, I'm 2/10.5 almost, far from our best lap time. Understeering here, 2/10.5 slower still. Lost a bit the ideal line of cornering. Very wide last corner. So a better handling, more reliable. From a feedback point of view, but still not quick enough. Use the torque here. Yuke! Use the torque! Three-tenths slower. So definitely bad line. 85 of retard from my best. Bit of understeering if you close too much the corner, the radius of the corner. Okay, fair. Yes, she goes definitely oversteering if you push too much. The arrival of the night, the temperature should give a favor to soft compound, and it is the situation we will face at the end of the race, more or less. Very dancing rear end now that we have raised the distance from the ground. At least now she closes the corner a bit more. Okay, last corner, let's see the behavior. Better. Maybe. Oops, touched the corner. I was 2/10 quicker. I will bring the brake bias a bit at the front. See you on the next time at the start-finish line, but I think that with the brake bias combined like this should be okay. Okay, last quick corner again. Bit understeering, but also almost flat out. The drop of frame rate at the start-finish line is disgusting. Okay, I had to try flat out, sorry. Next time I will go back to the 5th gear, but I had to try. Sorry, but the Rebellion was much quicker. Not happy for my racing line here. Very liked the front end. Touching too much curb. Let's try the full throttle here, much better than before. So while accelerating, not a bad behavior, despite losing almost 2 seconds and 3/10 from my best lap time. Good. Almost. As you can see, tires are overheating, they are all yellow while cornering. This is a sign that they are overstressed, obviously. No, lost the line. No way. No way. Tires are not accepting so much pressure. So let's go with the timing. The acceleration, just 4 minutes, that I would jump with fresh tires and daylight to the qualifying number 2, while we can have a look to, save the car setup. That is anyway giving me a decent feel. I would just bring down by 1.5 centimeters the rear end. I would not touch anything else. Save it. Session is done. So for the LMP1 category we are seeing Toyota, Porsche Rebellion, Audi Rebellion, and then the ByKolles CLMP01. LMP2 category dominated by Honda Performance Development Department, ARX04, first and second. I wanted also to see the quickest Toyota is 159, the slowest P1 apart from the Nissan is 4 seconds slower, the CLM ByKolles. Again, best lap time for LMP2 class, 2 minutes 6 seconds 2/10. The slowest of the LMP2, the Gibson, 2:10, 4 seconds from the quickest to the slowest. GT, the quickest, 2:14, the Porsche 911 RSR, the slowest, as with 7 seconds off the pace, compared also to the Chevrolet Corvette, this one, of Gavin Milner Taylor, that is the original official team. I'm losing 7 seconds overall. Now, as a comparison, I wanted to see the lap times of the original race. There isn't a report. Results and standings. Oh, here we are. Results. So, LMP1 in qualifying were running in 1:54, was a number 17 Porsche 919 hybrid, so also 5 seconds quicker than the best lap time here. LMP2, the G drive number 26 was maybe a Ligier Nissan, I don't remember. The G drive is always present here at 2 minutes 07, so very similar to what they are doing here. The first LM GTE Pro did run in 2:16, so maybe this Christensen Litz Dempsey Proton competition is just a bit quicker than real, because the lap time was at 2 minutes 16. Here they are running 2 seconds much quicker. The first LMGTE AM here is 2 minutes 19 seconds with Reed Roda Ruberti Porsche 911. Originally they did 2 minutes 19, so I would say that at 100% the current game setup is very close to the real thing. Good, so it's up to me to possibly find out something more from the car. So I like very much when a game gives you a similar to reality performance, so you can also compare yourself with the real thing. Sorry. Now another thing I wanted to add is there are many cars not running, and the GTA Amateur Chevrolet Corvette, anyway, to me should possibly equal the GTE official professional team. 7 seconds to me are too much, given that more or less they are much closer one each other. So let's stop the acceleration of the time. We can save the game. Yes, continue to qualify 2. Load immediately the car setup. That was the last one touched here and there. So I've lowered the rear end from 10 to 9, if you remember. Then I went back to half centimeter more. I would go for an 8th gear, wing used 8 out of 12 at the rear. Decrease a bit the longness of the 5th, the 6th obviously, the 4th, and should be less sleeping the engine at high speed. I save it. I give also a medium slick compound. So the aim of everything about this today together is because I did read many messages telling me it's nice when you try to explain in details things. And I'm not a professional driver, I'm not a professional virtual driver, but I mean, you don't need a scientist that gives a feedback of the formula to send rockets into space. It is just a maybe longer episode, I don't know, trying to do something together with a bit of experimentation, just trying to combine a bit of easy decision that you can replicate on your computer. So starting, I don't know, with a mid position for all the setup of shocks, absorbers and so on. Then move to a complete stiff front end, complete soft rear end, everything stiff front and rear, everything soft front and rear. We can try also this, no problem. But let's see the lap time, that is the only real thing that matters, apart from personal tastes. Wide and slow. bad. Don't touch the curbs. Thank you. Who was the idiot? Good. Dead. Okay. There is the possibility to reset the car, yes. So you can assign the T letter to reset the car and not do again installation lap. Unreal, but it's a video game, I mean. Flat out, but losing a bit the momentum, maybe. Not full throttle. Oof. Not an orthodox move. Touching the grass, sorry, while braking. Ooh. Almost Hardcastle and McCormick TV series here. do declare that even with a front mid-mounted engine, the best handling, in my opinion, comes from having a complete stiff front end to sustain all the weight of the car, and a soft rear end to absorb acceleration. That's it. So I will complete this lap that will be 2 seconds, I think, off the pace. Yes. Go back to the garage, do what I'm supposed to do every time with Power and Glory, GTR2 and so on. Voila. Yes, yes, soft, soft, everything soft, fine, and maybe reduce by 1 centimeter also the rear end, rear axle. Okay, let's prepare for a quick lap. Why I say so? Because if with the medium compound we did run like we ran with soft tires will not accept a full hammered qualifying lap, as we have seen after some corners the car becomes too slippery. Not a bad thing to have an LMP2 car quicker than me in front, at least for a bit of slipstream. But as you have seen, the Corvette, the official Corvette, has gone much quicker. A bit wide. If you keep slightly pressed the brake pedal, at least you can insert the Corvette a bit better, but believe me, is absolutely a pain in the neck to make corner this beast. So I understand why General Motors decided to move from a front mid-engine mounted to a rear mid-engine mounted. My goodness, how much understeer. Ooh, 20 cents of advantage. Unreal, the steering lock. .1. Let's be more aggressive. I have one more test to do, and it's all soft, front and rear. 12 cents slower. You can hear actually all the scrub on the surface of the asphalt, how is slippery. This is World Rally Championship, not anymore WEC, but the grip is gone. 1 second quicker. Unbelievable. I will cook the engine, I'm sure. Okay, 25, driving like hell. Let's go to the pit. Let's save immediately the car setup. That will be the best lap time today, but as you can see, we are still far from the others. So we can go back to the timing, accelerate the session, wait until the end, but I can tell you, even during offline practice, I've never been capable to be quicker than 225. Maybe on a race stream it will be a bit different because the others will be possibly slower, but really that's the limit of a very understeering car. As you have seen, we have tried everything we could, from the front end very stiff, the rear end completely soft, and so on and so on and so on and so on. We tried all the solutions. The final one will be the last one seen together. So soft rear end, stiff as much as possible, maybe just a tiny touch less. The front end sustained the majority of the weight, and that's it. We will load 90 liters also for the race, that should cover for 30 minutes ish, possibly. We will keep medium slick tires. Temperatures, pressures, and so on are okay at this point, because the car can absorb a bit more the weight action. Maybe we can think to a 56 at the front, just to counterbalance the added weight of a full tank loaded of fuel. So what a way to celebrate my Daytona gifted Chevrolet Corvette extra large t-shirt that sounds more like a pajama, what is the pronunciation, I don't know. That's it. We will start from the last position, unless also Basov, Bertolini and so on will record and score a lap time. Maybe not. Wish me luck. Sorry for the cut and testing and so on, but was just to say that if you approach this, maybe you will spend 1 hour more or less to fine-tune your car setup and maybe find a final decision that anyway is 10, if not 11 seconds far from the best lap time of a GT car, 2:13, 2:25. That's life sometimes. The Corvette was not anymore so successful back then. That's the reason why they introduced the C8R model a few years ago. But that's it. So with the Total Spa 2013 GP version, 100% race 1 hour, simulating 6 times more, Changeable rainfall conditions. Race start at 11 AM just to not arrive in the night. 45 opponents, the total available as 46th. That's it. We can continue. So unluckily with what is the mixed up bug, Baso Bertolini first, Collard Perrodot first, 2 Ferraris, Paul Dalla Lana Aston Martin, Cameron Griffin Ferrari, Bleckemölen Keating Dodge Viper, Derani Gonzalez LMP2 Nissan G-Drive Nissan Powered if I'm not wrong, Dolan Tinknell Gibson 015S open top silhouette car, LMP2 anyway, Christensen Litz Porsche 991, 993, 911, I don't remember, Reed Roda Roberti Porsche, Aston Martin McDowell Reese, Bergmeister Porsche, Nygaard Sorensen Aston Martin, Dumas Lieb Litz Porsche, Richardson Smith Ferrari, then Muke Turner GT Aston Martin. We start with some prototypes maybe, yes, Cumming Estrel, LMP2, Nissan, HPD, Honda Powered, don't remember. Albuquerque Iani, Audi e-tron 4 R18, Kafferliuzzi, ByKolles CLM P01, Dalziel Hansen HPD ARX 04 LMP2 class car, Barbosa Johnson with the car driven at the Nürburgring together, the Nissan Judd, Maris Merlin, another one, Bradley Holson with the Oreca 05 LMP2 class, Nissan Powered, Bernard Hartley Porsche 919, Brown Fogerty HPD Honda, Chilton Genet with the first of the Nissan GTR LM version LMP1, Buemi Davidson Toyota TS040, Fassler Lotterer Audi R18, Conway Sarazem Toyota TS040, Dumas Yanni Porsche 919 Hybrid, Di Grassi Duval with the last Audi R18 e-tron 4, Besche Heidfeld Rebellion, as well as Abt Imperatori, Canal Pla Rusinov G-Drive Ligier Nissan LMP2, Krum Pla Tinknell with the other Nissan GTR LM version, Hirsch Lances Gibson 015S, as well as Kane Levantis, then Dumas Lieb Porsche, another Porsche Chen Capadia, Calado Rigon Ferrari AF Corse, Gavin Milner P40 with the official Chevrolet Corvette C7R that we will try to beat anyway, who knows, Castellacci Aston Martin, Cressoni Gianmaria Ferrari F458 Italia, as well as Bruni Vilander, Burre Narak with another Porsche GT, Bergmeister again as in last position, I suppose. So we take back from the AI the control. Keep an eye on the virtual rear mirror because it is mounted vice versa, so when cars are on the left in reality they are showed on the right, but the real mirror will be this one on the left. It will be easier to recognize when a car is very close in which position. It is a bug of the mod, nothing special. Okay, green flag in a couple of seconds, I suppose. There will be a bit of mess at the beginning because prototypes will have to pass, unluckily. All the GT cars in front that did not score a lap time. Oops, what are they doing here? No stop and go, no penalty. Okay, let's go. So it's green flag. Welcome back to iKeysRacing, actually racing finally after 1 month of isolation from the rest of the world. No, I'm joking, but I needed to assess much better my working time and free time So now, at least, we are back all together with your choice for the car. 1 hour together for a real-time race, simulating 6 times more. A virtual 6 hours race. P39, maybe staying in the pack would be already a success. A bit wide here. Drop of frame rate, why? Some crashes here and there. Ooh, lost completely the line. Okay, now the yellow figure at our back of our teammates already. To not cook tires, I lift the first laps here. And obviously today the target is beat the Corvette, as said. I don't know how, we will have one pit stop, luckily, maybe, possibly. But obviously I cannot drive every lap like in qualifying when we reach the 225 best personal. Ooh, there is a pack here in front, they maybe had some clashes. Let's see if we can catch them. It's not bad, the top speed, I would say. It was an LMP2 car, a G-Drive Nissan Ligier chassis. I forgot to say that the realism for this theme is the usual one. So 2 times tire wearing, 2 times fuel usage, and 6 times more time counting. So every 10 minutes will be like 10 minutes, sorry, will be like 60 minutes. Okay, no possibility to catch the cars in front currently. Let's try to defend at least the position. Some in the pit, many I would say. Maybe there was a set of clashes. Even if I fear they are LMP2 cars, because coming Estre, Derani Gonzalez, a very early stop after just 3 laps completed. Yes, they were. Oh well, this car maybe is the LMP2. That was out for a spin in the second lap. Now an Aston Martin was out. Luckily, I have avoided her. Best personal 2:29. Not a drama. I mean, I've lost 4 seconds from race trim, from qualifying trim. So we are not undecently uncompetitive. I've moved the brake bias 2 notches at the front. The rear end was starting, for what I feel, to slip away. Lost the ideal racing line while I was leaving the space for the Toyota to overlap me. No, Buemi Davison, they stopped. They are coming from the low part of the classification. They are P26 in front of us. Now Conway Sarazen, another Toyota. I leave the space. And despite using the medium compound, as you can see, the front left tire is starting to suffer of overheating. Obviously, with a front stiff setup for shocks, absorbers, bumpers, rebounders and so on, you actually make work more your tires. Who touched me? Fucking stupid. Guys, it's Destruction Derby or what? Stupid AI. And was Fassler Lotterer, so an LMP1 car actually recovering from a, like the Toyotas, from a lower position in the ranking. They they push you, and then they go to the pit. Okay, half of the tank used, half of the grip used was the tiny and slim rectangles outside the shape of the tires. So maybe it will be also an option to use hard compound for the last part of the race, the second part of the race. There is Calado Rigon with the AF Corse Ferrari struggling. Come on. LMP cars are continuing to go to the pit. For example, Dumas lead, Calado Rigon. The same for Bradley Hawson or Hawson will pass us very soon. It's an Oreca LMP2 car, Oreca 05. Thank you. What else? Video games. There is a couple of retirements. Dumas, Yanni, Bernard Hartley are respectively Audi and Porsche. So we go up to P26. Conway Saracen are going to pass us again. As well as the two Rebellions, the white and the red one, while in the lead I see Di Grassi Duval with the Audi R18 e-tron 4. Okay, I would definitely go for a hard compound at the front of the car for the pit stop that we are going to do in a couple of laps, because we are cooking the front end with no grip. Okay, not this lap, the next one will be a pit stop. Luckily we are not covering at least 30 minutes of racing out of 1 hour, 60 minutes. Ooh. So I fear that despite we are racing technically all alone on track, our P18 obviously will change as soon as we will do our single pit stop strategy next lap. But I also fear that by the end of the race, to not do a second pit stop, we will have to save a bit of fuel, and I don't want to risk to make an added lap and stay on track without the insurance to complete the lap. WEC-come hitting at the back. If they stop already, I will finish the race in last position today. Okay, we should be at the end of the pit lane. There is also an Audi at the back stopping. Here we are, so we can select the neutral. So I would go for hard, slick and medium and repair. Let's keep an eye on the classification.
Repairs underway. Hold for go signal.
All clear. Go, go, go. Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Okay, said very far in the classification, P38. Cold tires and hard compound at the front, I don't know how it will behave. I will do also a short shifting possibly. Gavin Milner P32. Maybe too many seconds in front. You can actually feel the different handling given by more fuel, and they could avoid to push you outside. Someone else pitting, Chen Kapadia and Hirsch Lances, I don't remember the car. There was an LMP2 blocked between Eau Rouge Radillon. 20 seconds from Gavin Milner. So, just to be clear, I'm playing with a very strong coasting. And at least a short shifting. At least Dumas Lieblitz are in front. A possible pass if I do things properly. Maybe they had troubles while running on Radillon. Now on the Camel Straight, let's see if we can pass them. They're very slow. They struggle with tires. Okay, position gained. It is arriving anyway, an LMP2 of Dumas Pla Rusinov, sorry, Canal Pla Rusinov. It will pass us very soon. First push at the back. They can go. Now, apart from the LMP2 car, 15 seconds from Gavin Milner, if I do not screw up the racing line again. There's a Porsche in between, but it's not actually racing with us. Sorry to be so strong and rude. Okay, let's go. So Barbosa, Johnson with the Ligier Judd we did drive at the Nürburgring are gone. 7 seconds from Gavin Milner. Maybe they are coasting too and saving fuel and tires. Who knows? Look, the yellow figure in front of the two prototypes could be Gavin Milner. Maybe it is the Ferrari of Smith. No, it's Gavin Milner without the rear bumpers, as always happened in every episode of WEC 2015 here on iKeysRacing. So they are struggling, they are slow. We can beat them without too much effort, I think, and without doing this silly thing. Also Brown Fogarty will be let go. Not our class. So let's count who is in front of GT class. Bruni Villander, sure. And maybe P24, Dumas Lieb, no. Or maybe yes, with the Porsche. So there is a sort of strange mixed up field. I think caused by strange pit stop strategies by many prototypes, actually. Like Kane Levantis or Cumming Estre. Gavin Miller passed also by Chen Kapadia, don't remember the car, good. Today I feel like a grandfather driving the Corvette, but unluckily, since I've started to do a bit of offline practice, I've noticed that it was not absolutely a competitive car in GT class. Don't ask me why. Maybe it is just the reproduction of the mod correctly. This is Bruni Villander struggling too. What a good sign. This is the Proton Porsche of Christensen Linz. Maybe. Yes, the number 77, the one we have driven at the Lausitzring 2 episodes ago. So we are racing now with them. Let's keep as much as possible a bit of buffer space gap. As I was saying,
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2.
touched by the Audi, stupid. Lost the position with the Proton, but now we have a buffer of fuel and maybe pace to pass them now. And unfortunately, if this is the correct reproduction of what the performances of Corvette were back then, as you have seen from the qualifying tentative, longer with experimentation in this episode than before, luckily I didn't find a solution since the first offline practice, Nothing really to play with the car setup to improve a lack of grip. So could only find a compromise. To not be too far from the qualification performances of all the others GT cars. So for sure is up to me the lack of capability to do a better interpretation of this car. And assuming that with the top speed we are okay, does mean that our wing setup is correct for the rear end, as well as for the front splitter. rest is up to the mechanical grip that is not here, is not strong enough. So today is more a defensive race than anything else. Now, we've been lucky anyway because the Corvette in front is the official. I was saying that the Corvette in front is the official teammate we have. Despite this, we are almost overlapping them. It was a position, but it was an LMP2 car coming out. Again from the pit. Overlapped again by Besh Heidfeld. 7 minutes to go, will be 3 laps more or less. I do want to overlap the other Corvette, possibly. Albuquerque Yanni is not in second position chasing the Rebellion white colored, but they are overlapped too. There's a bit of mess in front, we can take advantage, because not only beating the other Corvette but overlapping the official race car would be quite an achievement. They are not willing to be overlapped. Another time the rear bumper of the Corvette gone, maybe the most fragile part of the car, but now I'm head up. Because now without my front bumper I don't have any more lights, front headlights. The day is going up, it's going out from a daylight perspective. So we are reaching struggling GTs. Struggling to go to the end. This is Collard Perrodot, they are going to the pit good. And very soon I will not see anymore the track surface. I'm not even sure if I have saved enough fuel, so I will do a bit more of short shifting. I will let the Rebellion go together with the other prototype. Okay, could be almost the last lap. If not, I have to save more fuel. We have 11 seconds over Bleckemol and Keating with the Viper, 16 over Dumas Lieblitz with the Porsche. We are not catching anyone in front. No headlights at all, as I was saying. Lonely on track. I'm not seeing already the draft, the black rubber line on the asphalt. Light is going down. The daylight is going down. Seconds to the end for what is the overall 1 hour of the race. The Porsche of Dumas Lieblitz is arriving. Besch Heidfeld should cross the line very soon. So after this lap should be over. Yes, the race is over now. See on the left the checkered flag. They have just to resist to the Porsche of Dumas Lieblitz. Approaching. Let's use the last available fuel. Half of the initial grip available. Yes, large shoulders, it's an overall P21. I've missed, which is the car in front. McDowell Rees with, let me see, they were not so close. Yes, P18, who is? So it's an overall P19, someone stopped at the end, maybe. Was the Aston Martin, okay. A similar car from a handling point of view. Front mounted engine, front mid. Rear wheel drive. just a couple of seconds, but apart from this we had in front also Cressoni Gianmaria, it's another GT. Dallalana Lamberti, another GT. Reed Roda Ruberti, another GT. I fear also Cameron Griffith. I mean, we achieved the original target that was beating the Corvette with the official team, and maybe we overlap also then. It stayed in front, this white Porsche we have in front, that is an all-conquering Romain Dumas Leeds equipe. Okay, maybe not a successful comeback after 1 month of lack of racing, virtual racing. Video games. I've not turned on the computer. The first time I did it was today, with a lot of updates to be installed. So with a lot of retirements at the end, well, a lot. There were some retirements here and there. Let's start to see the classification that was moving from the current situation by manufacturer that you can see. That will be updated in a couple of seconds when the end of the, how to call it, the ending titles, whatever, will be on screen. So, LMP1 category, again, Rebellion, Audi, Nissan, maybe first time P4 for this car, 5th the ByKolles P1 CLM P101, Fassler Lotterer P6 with the Audi, 7th Chilton Genet Mardenborough with Nissan, P7, let's see the P8 and P9, the two Toyotas, the P10 for LMP1 classes, Audi, Albuquerque, Jarvis, Rust. Okay, first 10 placement. LMP2, the Ligier JS, Nissan of Canal Plarusin of P1. First and second Ligier Nissan, Maris Merlin Nicolet, are they also the G-Drive? No, G-Drive and Oak Racing, okay. Second, third, the HPD of Brown Fogarty Van Overbeek. Fourth, the Gibson of Kane Levantis Watts. Fifth, the Ligier Judd with the drive at the Nürburgring of Barbosa Johnson Kron. Sixth, Cumming Estre Van Tor Ligier Honda Powered. Seventh, Dalziel Hanson Sharp HPD Honda. Eighth, Hirsch Lancaster Paletou Gibson. Dolan Tinknell Turvey Gibson P9. P10, Derani Gonzalez Yakaman, and then Bradley Hawson with the Oreca 05. Good. GT, unbelievable, the bug of this racetrack. Basov Bertolini Scheitar Ferrari, Bergmeister Bernard Pilet Porsche, Bourret Narak Verney Porsche P3. P4, Richardson Smith Tordov. P5, Cameron Griffin Mortimer. P6, Reed Roda Ruberti. P7, Dallalana Lamy Lauda Aston Martin. 7, 8, Cressoni Gianmaria Manning. P9, McDowell Rees Stanaway. P10, us as iKeysRacing. At least we did defend a position against Dumas Blitz, that was a GTE Pro category. Good this way. The other Corvette was, yes, Gavin Taylor Milner. At the end, we did win the possible initial idea of what could have been a great solution for the race of today. Let me say thank you very much for coming back on iKeysRacing channel after 1 month of Sorry, I apologize, absolute silence, but I had to cope with my normal life, so I hope from now onwards to be much more present in our lives. And so this is the final solution and the final classification for the race of the 3 categories we are running with this completed at the end 7th episode between WEC 2015 LMP1, LMP2 and GT cars mixed up amateur with professionals. And I hope you at least had the opportunity to have a look to something decent also after a long time before my previous uploading. So my hope is to be back with a normal pace of uploading videos, 2 per week, 3 per week, whatever. And I hope to always find you here. For today, thank you very much for choosing the Chevrolet Corvette. Has been quite a journey into a situation where to technically get rid of my old knowledge and go back from scratch, from zero to hero attitude, to understand what a particular car like this could have needed from a race car setup point of view and qualifying car setup point of view. You have seen during qualifying trim not really great performances. We decreased about 4 seconds the pace between qualifying and race, but was good enough to counterbalance the bigger drop in performances of the other cars. So even if, thanks to my skills, we were far from a decent performance, we were 4 seconds far from the last but one worst GT car, during race day at least we succeeded on defending ourselves and scoring at least 1 point for the Corvette General Motors fake virtual automotive giant. That's it. Thank you very much again for everything you did so far, also in my absence. Thank you very much for coming back. Arigato, obrigado, muchas gracias, merci beaucoup, dankeschön, spasiba, thank you and grazie. See you very soon, I hope, with the next episode and theme of iKeysRacing channel, our community. Remember, please, to go to the community space on YouTube to vote for the next cars to be used. Also, the WEC will have in a couple of days the new poll for what is the next car to be driven. We will go back to LMP1 class. And so, I hope to find you as before, together with me here on YouTube. So again, best wishes to you all. Remember to stay into keen racing, stay very well. Best moments and time and periods for you. See you very soon. Ciao, stay well, stay great. Bye bye. See you soon. Ciao, grazie. Bye bye.